Whew, whew. We got to do some things today, y'all. We got Mr. James's 2009 Mercedes E350 here. This is going to be quite a few little videos, but none of them are too terribly bad. This is all stuff you can do at home if you're trying to save a buck. But yeah, we're going to do the struts. We're going to replace the struts. We're actually going to compress this coil springs because I wanted to run a different style than what was available with springs. So we'll compress the springs, swap out the struts. We're going to do the sway bar links. We are going to do the inner and outer tie rods. Being said, we're going to dive right into it. Depending on what video you're in, it all starts the same. You want to get your car up, get it supported, get it on a jack stand, get it on a lift, whatever you got, and get your tire off. All right, we are going to start with the least invasive job first, and that is going to be the tie rod ends. So I'm doing inner and outer tie rods here. If you're just doing the outer, I'll show you a trick along the way to try and get it close, but keep in mind that if you do either of them, no matter what, you need to go get it aligned at a professional alignment shop who has an alignment rack. There's not a good way of doing that in your driveway, and it's very, very important. But we're gonna try and get it as close as we can, so that way the steering's not completely whacked outward. So that way the steering's not completely out of whack going there. I want it to be as close as we can get it. So what we're gonna do is you just get your car up, get the tire off, get it supported, jack stand if you're in your yard, lift if you got one, right? And this is gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're gonna stick our head right there. There's a 21 millimeter nut right there. We are going to get an impact with a long extension and zip that off without taking off anything else. We're just gonna come right down here from the top and zip that puppy right off. All right, here's our extension on our 21 sticking up. So we're just gonna drop our impact on there and just pop that sucker right off of there. You can screw the nut back on till it's flush right here and whack this with a hammer if you can clear it. You can also get what's called a ball joint fork that slides up in here, and then you hit a hammer in and it spreads it until it pops out. I'm going to use an air hammer attachment because I have it, and that is the easiest way to do this, especially if you're not trying to reuse it. I will have links up here in the video and in the description below for any tools that I use, new inner and outer tie rods, and anything else you could possibly need for this job. There it went. Holy cow, that one was in there, wasn't it? Sheesh. All right, so here we are with the outer ball joint out, and look how bad these inners are. They just fall. So this should, whatever position you put it in, stay in that position. So I'm gonna take the car up some more, and then I'm gonna show you how to get those inners off. Okay, so your inner tie rod is protected by this dust boot right here. So what you're gonna wanna do is get you a pair of pliers. You'll squeeze this little bang clamp right here. We need to work that off of the end of the boot here. Now, we need to find where this band is banded, which is way up there at the top. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me try and shine my light a little better for you. But we're gonna stick a flathead screwdriver into that little slot right there where my finger's at. And then we are going to just twist it and it should break. So this is the little slot I'm telling you if you couldn't see it earlier. I just go in and twist like that. There you go. Your band is off of there, and that is trash. Those are one-time use, so throw those puppies away. And now we can take our boot and slide it forward to access where the inner tie rod screws on to the steering rack right there. All right, so now if you look in here, there are little flats right there on either side of the steering rack. Those are 7/8. There's probably a metric size for that, but 7/8 fits it perfect. This one on the outside, these flats are 1 5/8 is what I'm using. So we're gonna hold the steering rack and then use the big one to break her loose. Get your wrench on it, hold that steering rack and just break it loose, just like that. Now, I guess before, if you're doing just the outer tie rod, this video is not gonna be the best because I'm not gonna split them. But you're gonna hold the flat here and you're gonna take this nut, look at the threads on it, because a lot of times it's a reverse thread on one side and a regular thread on the other. But like, yeah, you see that thing's all blown out. I might have done that with the air hammer though, but it's getting a new one anyway. The next thing that I like to do is I like to push the boot down to where it's down and loose, right? You have to split these apart What happened to me on the last side was, for whatever reason, these two things were so gummed together, I couldn't split them. I ended up having to cut the inner tie rod to get them apart, but you have to save this boot, so you're gonna need to get that off. But before we do it, we're going to build our next assembly, and we're gonna line it up, and this is how we're gonna get the alignment close. We're gonna line it up point to point to where it's super close, and then we're gonna screw this nut down, the set nut right here that holds the outer tie rod, and we're gonna paint with a paint pen on the threads right there, so we know right where the back of the nut should sit. Then we can split it all apart, put our boot on, put everything back together, tighten it up whenever it's in the car. Okay, here's our new assembly. So I got our new outer, our new inner. I screwed them together, and you'll see how they're like pretty close to being exactly the same length. If you flatten that out, this might be able to do like one more turn in like that. But that is very close to where we were at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna screw this set nut down, just like that. Now, I'm gonna grab a paint pen. With the paint pen, we're gonna mark right here on these threads. Hopefully, you can see that. So that is our set point for our nut. And now I can just hold this in place and unscrew it, which both sides seem to be righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so that's nice. So we're gonna unscrew this guy and the nut so we can slide our boot down, and then we'll put it all back together, and then we're ready to start putting it up. All right, now with our paint mark in place, our boot ready to go on, everything, you're gonna basically build this onto the car. So we need to put this inner tie rod up in first, so that way we can clear. We might, if we can't get it to thread in well without clearing this control arm, need to put a jack under and raise the suspension back up to clear it. But I think we'll be all right. Let's see if we can get it threaded in. I think you just gotta move it as you rotate it in. Make sure not to rub your paint off if you're going with that tactic. Now we'll take our boot. We will slide our boot over our inner tie rod, like so. Get it up on that end there. We're gonna go clamping because the clamp won't fit past the nut. Ah! Don't drop it like that. Band right over like that. Now all you need to do is find your paint mark and line your nut up with that. All right, so if you look under here, you'll see our paint mark is lined up with our nut, just like we want it. Now we're gonna screw our outer tie rod in. So right here, I'm gonna hold it with my fingers and then check it tight, and I'll let it rotate over just like that, so that way it'll line up. Position. You probably want to tighten this up after it's up and in, but I'm just going to snug mine now because I'm not going to put that in yet. I need to do the struts and a few other things, but that's it right there. You can put this in, tighten your nut down, which I will put a torque spec up on the screen now for the torque on this, and then yeah, snug this puppy up. You want it to put it tight, but don't over tighten it because you're going to go right to alignment tomorrow and they're going to adjust that. So you want them to be able to break it loose pretty easily. And then yeah, just a good is enough on that. And then yeah, you're ready to go. Just put your tire back on and you're home free.